Yo, what is up, friends and fam? It's your boy Johan Tang with another episode of Journey to My Ideal Lifestyle, and I hope you are doing very well. And today, let's see, what am I going to talk about? Wow, look at the lighting. I think it's much better like this. Okay, so for today's episode, truth be told, I haven't been publishing for the past 2 days. I think today's a Wednesday. I was supposed to start every Monday to Friday, but I haven't. I'm a bit shagged out. I think just a quick update, like the COVID virus just ended. It didn't end, but basically right now in Singapore, we basically like open up phase 2, which means we are able to go out with your friends, you can go to restaurants in a group of 5 maximum. So I think like the past 2 weeks, especially this past week, I've been going out really a lot. I've been going out a lot, and it kind of affected my sleep cycle. So I really hate that, and it's okay because I realize this now, but at the same time, those people that I met, like last night, it was up till like 2:30, 2:45 a.m., which in the past for me would be a norm, but like, since the lockdown happened, it was so easy to actually just go to bed at around 10 p.m. My average, I think, bedtime was around 10:45, maybe 11 p.m., and I'll be waking up at around 6:30, 6:45 a.m. every morning, and that was really great. But now, because of this reopening and me also not being disciplined enough in my time, but like I said, I think it's understandable and it's acceptable because those times that I spent, that I stayed up late until like 2, 3 a.m. 2 times I think this past week were with really good friends, and I'm glad that I had to cancel some plans as well, but I'm glad because I realized really early right now within the first 2 weeks that that is not something desirable, and that's not what I want to continue at all. So yeah, sleep to me, it's a bit of a rant, but I hope you understand if you're listening to this, if you're watching this. Sleep is really crucial. Okay, so for your long-term performance. So that's something I just want to, the first message I want to put across. Now, next thing in terms of my publishing, what's been happening is, this is my first week of rolling out my system of my MTW system. I think I mentioned this on the previous episode or the episode before that. And I think so far it's been good. Today's a Wednesday and I managed to film 4 out of 5 of my videos for this week. So tomorrow morning I'll be completing that one video. At the same time, I managed to complete a 30+ minute video training on emotional buy-in for my Married Man niche. Following that, I really need to think about what kind of background I really want to use, because like I don't want to have scrub background like the background. I think the past episodes, if you're watching the video of this episode, the past videos I've always had scrub background. I think it's a problem with being in Singapore, you know what I mean? Like I'm still with my parents, I'm still living with my parents, and we are living in high-rise buildings, I'm on the 4th floor, and basically we are in such close proximity. Let me give you a little tour here, okay? So my house way behind, and if you can take a look, you can see that these are all the flats here. It's like a whole cluster, and downstairs you have all these cars, and so you get the noise, and I'm filming. It's so normal to have noise, like a car going by, a truck going by, or some owl hooting or something like that. So it just gets really annoying, and I just want something a bit more professional. I'll probably be using a camera for future episodes. I'm kicking back into gear in terms of my tuition, having tuition lessons. I'm taking tuition, and I think it'll be good for me to actually rent my own place very soon. So that's currently what's happening, and I'll probably be renting in the east side, and like my cash flow is going to come back a bit. So so hopefully when I choose a place to rent, then I'll be able to actually have a little corner to myself where I can do most of my filming. So I hope that's something that can be done. But apart from that, so the MTW system. Is there anything else? Sleep. What else? Let's see. So there's one big thing I think that's really been on my mind recently these past couple of days, is that like I think I mentioned on way earlier episodes that I did this program called the Life Book course. Okay, so with John and Missy Butcher. So I think I'm starting to really realize, like in terms of finances, there's one belief statement that I've been reminding myself that has just struck out to me, and is that in order for me to be wealthy, I just need to decide that I want to be wealthy, and after I made a decision, simply do the actions that wealthy people do. So that's something that has really struck out to me, and I realized that actually for these past 2 years of me going one whole round, since it's been 2 years, to be frank with you, it's more than 1.5 years I've been dry in terms of my business, right? I had my revenue of like 6,000 to 8,000 like almost 2 years ago. but I don't know why there was something blocking me from actually doing the action that actually gave me the clients in the first place, which is just interacting with real life people to offer them my service when they have a problem. So I realized that I went one whole big round, but of course there's so many changes that has happened under the surface, that I feel so much better about. And yeah, the only next step for me to do, even with the publishing, the only next step for me to do is continue the publishing, but just find the places, the areas online where people who have some form of relationship issues might go to vent or look for help. That's exactly what I did in the beginning. That gave me my cash flow in the first place. So that's really just the only last step that needs to be done. And I think that's really the last hurdle I need to go past to actually begin really seeing success from my first business, which is Married Man, which is technically not my first business, probably like my 7th or 8th business, I think, 5th or 6th maybe. So yeah, so that's just the last hurdle, and now I'm just really playing around with the idea. I'm just letting my mind get accustomed to the idea. I think by next week I'll be really going all out on that. I can imagine spending at least 2 to 3 hours once I find out which are the areas where these people with a problem I can solve for, where they're congregating. That's when I can actually finally just go online, find where they're at, and then just offer them value however I can, right, with the correct messaging, and then reach out and actually connect with people and interact with them and start relationships, and thereby actually possibly lead to phone calls, get them to actually add me as a friend on Facebook or like my Facebook page so that they can get updated content from me every week. And then from there they'll have already entered into my world, and they can either purchase my front end product of $67, by the upsell of like $400, or just be in my network, right? Have me at the top of their mind, and then at the end of every month I'll probably be rolling out a group coaching program. So I think that's something that can really be done. And I realized that the resources basically have always been there with me, you know what I mean? So there's another premise statement I think in the Life Book program I wrote down in terms of my intellectual life, which is all the solutions I need are already there in my mind. They are all, they're all within reach in my mind. It's just whether or not I can get myself out of the way and just do it. So I think that's a really big statement. And also to add on to that, like something I learned from Tony Robbins is this belief that everything, how we behave, is basically in line with our state at every point in time. Okay, in every moment we are in a specific state, and the state we are in at any moment is actually what dictates our actions and our behaviors, from time to time, which consistently over a long duration of time will give us a result, which is our life. So basically, to him, there can only be 2 types of states: being in a resourceful state or being in an unresourceful state. So I think that was a big turning point for me as well, and realizing that one mantra now that rings true to me is this mantra that I am ready now. I am ready now. And I think a lot of the time, change happens instantaneously, but a lot of the time people end up thinking as if they need to prepare themselves for that change to happen. Even though change is immediate, people have a runway to prepare themselves before they make that immediate change. So that is something I think really, really is a distinction in my opinion. It's something that you really need to think about. Maybe apply what are the certain areas in your life, which are certain actions, which are certain outcomes that you need to do, that you must do, behavior that you must do. Yet you're still feeling as if I need to prepare myself a bit more before I actually go and do it. I need to prepare myself just a bit more. I need to buy this new manual. I need to buy this new instruction manual. I need to get hold of this course first. I need to, learn more things about this before I actually dive deep into it, before I actually go and just do it. So that's just something I hope that I can put across as well. So with that, I think this is going to be a pretty short one, but yeah, all in all, that's currently what's happening. I'm cutting myself some slack for a bit. I'm just feeling quite tired, not at my best, mentally, intellectually as of now. But I think it's great. So tomorrow, probably, God willing, I'll be here as well for the next episode. And with that, I hope this still has added value to you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you on the next video. See you. Bye.